baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Episode 105 of the Brink of Sanity. We got Bri here.
Hello.
Long-time co-host since episode 1, actually.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
And John from Random Ass Radio.
Howdy.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you boys?
Good. Thanks for making it.
Since I can't see Brian on Ustream. Brian, are you the taller, skinny fellow with the curly hair?
No, I'm the fat one.
Well,
I don't remember a fat one.
that's also me.
Jay.
I don't even know what you're looking at.
I'm just looking at Jay right now on Ustream.
'Cause
I'm trying to
I'm
figure
not-
out which one you are.
Bri is in a different state right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you the blonde with the devilishly good looks?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, while
Yeah.
we're talking about the camera, Jay, I just happened to put the camera on. I have a question for you. Why is your bed wrapped in aluminum foil?
I don't know. It's some crazy Asian thing. I just go with it.
It's a bed.
Are you an astronaut or something?
It's very comfortable.
Don't put that near the microwave.
It's fancy Asian threads. It looks like aluminum foil, though.
I bet you get like European cell phone reception on that fucking thing, don't you?
I ate my dinner out of a tube today.
Is that how you, like,
And
ward
you-
off radiation and stuff?
Yeah, I get 700 channels in this room now.
Can I do the easy one?
Sure.
I bet you get a lot of tang on there. Yeah, triple reference, astronauts, Asians, everything's in on that one.
I think we covered all the bases within 2 minutes.
Great. But it was a cheesy one, so, minus 100 Gryffindor.
It happens. Drinks haven't kicked in yet.
No.
What are you
I
drinking
still want to know
tonight?
where you think you see me on the camera there, but...
No, I don't see you on the camera. I'm just talking about when I've seen you before on the show.
Oh.
You've never seen him on the show because he lives in a different state.
So then I've just heard him call in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although you may have browsed the forums and seen his picture on there. Brinkofsanityshow.com is the site if you want to see what everyone looks like. Got everyone's photo up except the professor because he doesn't want his students to make fun of him. So
Is Brian the one who was doing the shaker workout thing?
no,
God damn it.
that's Peter. Brian's the one with the beard who is
I'm nobody.
holding a beer, I think. I don't know.
All right, cool.
Something
Nice
like
to
that.
meet
Who knows?
Well, we got all the exciting stuff out of the way, folks. 631-676-1181 is the phone number. Leave us a voicemail so we can play it on the show.
How come you have Ustream written on your wall?
I'm that into the site. It's I had a professional graffiti artist come in.
Cool.
One of the few graffiti things that you can actually read.
It's a nice
Yeah,
font used.
I don't
Must
get
have
graffiti.
been done by a white guy.
I don't get graffiti. You can't read it ever.
No.
That is the whitest graffiti ever. I agree with Brian on that. That's,
Well, that's what a white person would do. They would make it legible because it really pisses me off when somebody writes shit on the wall and you're like, what does that say? Well, I have no clue. Well, great. I'm glad you did an illegal act and did not get your point across.
right. If it was Jonathan instead of Marcus, you'd know exactly who fucking rules.
Mm-hmm.
You'd know that Jonathan does, bitches. That's
You'd know whose balls to lick.
right. That's right.
Anyway, we got a lot of stuff planned for tonight. It's going to be a fun show, so
Yay.
stick with us. Let's go around first and just what's everyone drinking tonight, just so we know when the show totally deteriorates what to blame it on. Either one of you want to?
Rum and Coke.
That's you, John.
Pabst Blue Ribbon in a cold pack.
In a what pack?
In a cold pack. Is this another one? The box. I've got the actual 12-pack box next to me with about 8 beers in it.
Is that like the box where you pour the ice in it?
Nope. We just call it a cold box because we don't let them get warm while we're drinking them out of it.
What the fuck planet are you from?
Yeah, really.
Wow, you guys should come visit. You should.
Jay, you're the astronaut here. Where did you find this guy?
This guy's in a different time zone. He speaks a different language.
Yeah.
What's going on here? What was the other word during when we were setting up?
Hayseed.
Hayseed.
Somebody come in the fucking. Somebody help me out with hayseed.
Never heard of hayseed in my entire life.
Yeah, hayseed. Hayseed denotes someone of redneck origin. Not so much because redneck has culturally dingier, more retarded kind of connotations, but hayseed is more kind of gosh and golly type of Midwesterner or redneck. It means very naive, dopey, easily beguiled. I could probably sell some magic beans to a hayseed. That's hayseed. Can't believe neither of you have heard that. That's
if you know what the word hayseed means, you might be a redneck.
No, redneck. The red in redneck just means that we're better red.
Better red? Okay.
Yeah. As in read, not red.
Oh, this brings a whole new light to Jeff Foxworthy's jokes.
There you go. See? The man is a genius.
Yeah, I thought he was...
Jeff Foxworthy I like, and I think we discussed this when you did the comedian show with us, is... the only one I like is Jeff. What was it? You know you're a redneck if you get too drunk to fish. Yeah. Oh, not funny. I've done it. So I guess according to Mr. Foxworthy, I'm a redneck.
That is probably his funniest joke, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that his only joke?
He's like the Pauly Shore of the South. He's just not fucking funny.
Well, his whole crew just...
He's like the Dane Cook of the South.
He's like the South of the South.
Everybody can hate on Dane Cook, but he fucking gives everybody what they want to hear. Not a fan, not a hater. Just kind of ambivalent about it. He lost me when he stole Louis C.K. shit. So
when was that?
The whole I just saw somebody get hit by a car, man, and that whole thing. That's Louis C.K. was doing that like 3 years earlier.
Louis C.K. is probably like top 5 funniest comedians out there.
He's hilarious, and he can make you very uncomfortable, and that's what I love about it. Yeah.
Jim Norton's the same way.
Jim Norton, man, I tell you what, Jim Norton's the kind of guy that like he and I could go out drinking one night and love the fuck out of each other, and the next night just probably be beating the snot out of each other.
I met him once, and he was like so quiet. It was
probably
weird.
The same night.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't even think it would take 2 nights.
Well, there'd be love making in between, I'm sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I got one of his DVDs. It was actually a movie, and I think the movie had a lower budget than this podcast, and it was brutal.
What are we talking about?
Jim Norton. He has a movie called Crooks, and I like his stand-up, but I can't think of one even mediocre thing to say about that movie.
Stand-up comedians don't make good movies. I mean, look at this piece of shit that's coming out with like Kevin James and Adam Sandler and Chris Rock. That thing looks like the worst piece of shit ever.
And you know all the quote-unquote funny parts are in the coming attractions.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get wasted too.
Like, Chris Rock is pretty funny as a comedian, but his movies are just shit.
I don't mind any of them as, like, comedians, but their movies, none of them are good.
Can I make a very horrible confession?
No, you stay in the corner and be quiet.
Didn't mind the Paul Blart though so much, just for purely chemical reasons, and that's it.
You must have been on a lot of chemicals because
it was.
That was a hard one to watch.
Oh, watching him play Guitar Hero was pretty nice. I did enjoy that because I had to rock that song 100%. He was pretty shitty.
Yeah, that 17 seconds of the movie was okay, and then the rest of it was. Not quite to my liking.
What was with the whole bank robbing thing? I didn't even get that. So that's as much as I saw of Paul Blart.
Yeah, it was not very good. The worst movie I think I've seen, I didn't get all the way through because it was that bad. Worst movie I might have seen in my entire life, Year One.
It looked pretty bad. I didn't go anywhere near that.
The only reason I turned it on is because David Cross is in it, and I like him, but even his scene
he makes shitty movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's in all these stupid, like, he was in, like, Scary Movie 10 or whatever it was. And
Alvin and the fucking Chipmunk.
yeah.
Oof.
I mean,
the bad guy. I love David Cross.
Like he's one of those. Like he's a bright guy and he's a funny guy and he's always trashing other people for doing things, and then he turns around and makes all these shitty movies.
He must really need some money.
I'll tell you what, though. Everybody can say that, but I'm not going to count all the words and say I got this many words for you. But I will say, George Carlin in 1-800-COLLECT,
Mm-hmm.
where he pretty much told anybody who asked him that, fuck you, they paid me.
Yeah, no, that's true. But in his defense, he was really popular in the 60s and 70s where he probably made like $100. So he was probably pretty broke by the time inflation kicked in. No?
This is true. Yeah.
That was my feeble attempt at justifying his stupid commercials.
The calls were free. It was a collect call service.
Did anybody ever use that?
No. I don't even know why they did that. Like payphones. There was probably like 12 payphones left in the United States by then.
I don't even know where to find a payphone. And then when I
I
did...
don't think there are anymore.
When I did, I would just do the trick where you say your message when you're supposed to say your name, and then
Yes.
they would deny the call. So I don't. Apparently, they're making enough money off of it.
The only scam that's better is the old mail scam, and that's when you want to send a letter to somebody or send a little something to somebody that's not going to take extra postage, and you put their name on the return address part.
Oh yeah.
And your name on as the addressee, and they'll return it to sender for no postage. Don't put a stamp on.
I do that at work all the time.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah. That saves you a whole, how much does it even cost to fucking mail a letter anymore? I can't remember the last time I put a stamp.
44.
44 cents?
Yeah.
What?
I always buy a book of stamps, and then I'll use one, and then the price goes up. And I'm too lazy to get the 1 cent stamps, and I need it in a pinch, so then I buy another book. I think I have every denomination stamped from like 34 cents up.
There's one kind you could have bought like when they were like 41, and they're like, you're like grandfathered in. They're like, whatever the rate's going to be, this certain stamp is good.
Oh yeah, they still have those. It's like lifetime stamps or forever stamps or something. Not a bad idea, except that I never ever mail anything out anymore. I mean, it was no, I don't even mail my rent check anymore. So I really haven't mailed anything in months, years. I don't know. I just have no reason to. Last time I mailed something else when somebody bought a shirt, and that was like 2 years ago. Anyway, we got some news stories and shit. We got a couple other current event things I want to touch on, and then a couple rants. So I don't know what we want to get into first. How about how much Mormons suck? You guys want to do that?
Mormons?
Yeah, do they have internet connections? Am I going to get
I don't know. I think they're too busy banging their 10 wives.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's
You
Mormons.
guys used up all the stereotypes. I don't get to use one. Donnie and Marie. Okay.
Is it Mormons that are in Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So in this story, a couple people worked for the student newspaper in college, and in their final issue of the newspaper, they had a column, and they had like their 5 pictures, and they wrote a little blurb about each one, and they started the each paragraph with a different letter, and those letters spelt penis. And because in newspapers, like the first letter of each paragraph is big, so going across it says penis. And since they're in Utah, everyone flipped out and they got their diplomas held up, and they might not be able to graduate now.
Yeah, I'd firebomb a fucking school if I paid that much money, especially in Utah, because most of the schools there, even the community colleges, are like, 1 teacher to 5 students. They're all pretty good schools. And pretty pricey. And if I couldn't get it because I made some little fucking penis joke, I don't get my diploma. If I'm the parents of those kids, I'm beating the shit out of them, and I'm firebombing the school.
It's not even a curse word.
No, it's a fucking medical term.
They said they're accused of intentional disruption or obstruction of teaching, research, administration, disciplinary proceedings, or other university activities. So,
what university was it?
It is University of Utah.
Wow. What a bunch of fucking Nazis, really. Penis.
If you read that paragraph, you would think they shut the entire school down for a week.
Thank God I wasn't there on the fucking student paper, because it would have been cunt. I'll guarantee you. Because there's just well, actually, it would have been another one that's even worse than the C word, and we can't say it at all. So
Why can't we?
because it's I keep getting in trouble whenever I say it.
Does it rhyme with
is it?
figure?
Yeah, the N word. You can't say that. So that's what that probably I would have made him spell that one out.
Nigger, you could say nigger anytime you want.
You can, and I agree with you 100%. But
Maybe not where you're from, but
yeah, that's never bandied about here.
They're
We
cool
never
with that
go
in
around
his
the
region.
Negro, and we're sitting around the campfire drinking our Pabst Blue Ribbon out of our cold packs. We ain't no fucking hayseeds now. I've got into so many debates with people, and Jason, you can't get sponsors if you use the N word, right?
No, you can't. And
You're a big, for want of a better word, you get blackballed.
And
Pardon
you know what?
the pun.
They're only offensive if you get offended by it.
Oh yeah. Well, you know me. If I say everybody should call each other nigger, everybody, and in 2 weeks it'd be gone because everybody get fucking bored with it. They should. Every fucking pop artist, rock artist, metal artist, every song artist out there, every musician should come out with a song that's going to all contain the whole top 10 of every genre is going to contain that word, that title for their song. Every fucking episode of every sitcom and drama should revolve around that word and everything. Like I said, for 2 weeks, and then people will be so fucking sick of it. You might hear it every once in a while, like "Where's the beef?"
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That was like a South Park episode. They did that with the word shit.
Yeah, they did it with shit, but that called for demons and stuff too. And since I'm white, if I'm using the N word, I don't want to call forth any of them demons.
Yeah,
because then we're back to getting blackballed.
You know, I have a feeling the demon part might be a little fictitious.
I don't know.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. I just it's just a hunch, really. I'm not really basing that on facts or research or anything. Just a gut feeling. They might have, made that part up.
By not believing in demons, you're just inviting them in. You're just inviting them into your life.
Well, then I'll always have friends.
You're not American if you don't believe in demons.
If you
Do
don't
still
believe
have any
in
major
demons-
sports teams named after demons? Are there any
the
demons?
Devils,
I
right?
don't know.
Does that count? The Devils?
This is Devil, right? So which one's Devils?
The Devils are hockey. You
Yeah,
probably
it's
never
Jersey.
heard of that out
Jersey
there.
hockey.
No, we haven't down here. You can't play hockey when all the stalks are sticking up out of the ass.
Well, I don't even know. Where are you from?
Well, you can't really get to where I'm from where you're at right now. But I'll tell you what. No, I'm from Central Illinois, middle of fucking Illinois.
Oh, you got the Stanley Cup champions over there.
Yeah, who cares? I'm not a hockey fan. Just not. I even went to the trouble of learning the rules, so I'm like, okay, I can get drunk and scream at the refs suck. And no, it just didn't. Hockey and NASCAR. I learned both of them and tried to drink with them, and I just can't get into it. I'm a football guy.
NASCAR's fun. I went to a NASCAR race. They let you bring your own beer in.
Oh, no, the actual event would be great. I can't watch baseball on TV or follow it, but I'd love to go to a baseball game because that's a fucking drunk fest with great overpriced food.
That's true. Speaking of hockey, if I could just say one thing real quick about hockey.
You may.
I watched the game last night. I'm a hockey fan growing up. Jay knows this. You know what's refreshing about hockey? Is that when a guy scores a goal or a goalie makes a big save, they don't point up in the air and thank God for letting him score a goal. Like every other fucking sport.
That is true. God doesn't give a shit if your team wins.
I think they should let him spike the puck, though. But not the score. I think if the goalie makes an awesome fucking save, he should just be able to fucking slam that puck. Just boom, divot the ice. Be awesome.
He can.
To see it bounce back up and crack him under the chin or something, that'd be fucking great.
That would be my favorite YouTube video ever.
Yeah, should have been a catcher, man. Should have been a catcher.
Didn't you have something you want to bring up about baseball, bro? I mean, basketball?
I just wanted to put a few comments in about this whole off-season,
Debacle?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a less than casual basketball fan, but I know what's going on out there. And I saw this thing on ESPN last week or 2 weeks ago, and they said that they're going to have a free agent summit with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Joe Johnson and Amari Stoudemire and Chris Bosh. And I just had a few comments about that whole situation.
Okay.
Well, first of all, you and I have discussed several times that Dwayne Wade is the most overrated player in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
My second thing is that I'd like to make a bet, if anybody wants to take a bet with me, that LeBron James will never win a championship. If anybody
Interesting.
wants to take that bet.
No,
And,
isn't he instantly going to win a championship for the team he goes to, even though he hasn't won one in 7 years?
He's like A-Rod. Like, okay, I get it. A-Rod won with the Yankees last year, but he's just not a winner. He's just I don't know.
Did nobody notice how he quit in the middle of a playoff series this year? Nobody seems to notice that. Do you watch basketball, John?
No, I don't. Not a basketball fan.
All right, I'm sure you know of LeBron James. Every city is pretty much petitioning for him to come to their team. He's going to
the whole story. Yeah,
he's going to save basketball wherever he goes. The middle of the playoffs this year, he just quit. Game 5, he just decided, hey, I'm not going to play anymore. I mean, he played, but he played like shit on purpose. And nobody seems to notice that, and they still want him.
Yeah, he threw his tantrum and he got his way, and that's the way I've heard it. Is he's and besides, anybody who's ever touted themselves as I'm the guy who's going to save the team, I remember quite a few years back now, Jose Canseco, the guy that'd take you to the playoffs and then choke like a motherfucker when you're there.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, they're making a circus out of this. I mean, every paper, every day.
And some of my next point about that whole thing I was just talking about is, can somebody tell me who Joe Johnson is?
He was a guy who was on the Suns.
And what he's ever done to...
Okay, here's a brief history of Joe Johnson. It was
a facetious question. I know who he is, but what's he ever done to be a star?
Well, he was on the Suns. He had a decent season, so then he said he wanted to be traded to a team where he could be the man. So he got traded to a shitty team and then complained that the team wasn't good enough. And now he wants a maximum contract.
And he quit in the playoffs too.
Yeah. But he wants to get he wants to be one of the top 5 highest paid players in the league.
Yeah. And somebody wake me up when Amari Stoudemire plays a big game.
Yeah,
And Chris Bosh, aside from being the model for the people in Avatar, what the hell has he ever done?
Wow.
He looks exactly like the guy in Avatar. If you painted him blue, you wouldn't even know.
I mean, aside from that, what has he ever done? Has he won a playoff game? I don't think he has.
Has he made the playoffs? I don't think he has.
I don't know. I don't think he has.
If he did, he made it like in the first round and got swept.
It's like everybody fawns all over what's his name. Well, he sucks now, but Tracy McGrady. That guy never made it out of the playoffs. And then the one year that this team did it, he was hurt.
Yep.
It's like the media, they just fall in love with these players, and they're all just average players, but they think they're all great.
I don't want any of those guys on the Knicks. Although I'm about to quit basketball.
Well, it's fixed anyway.
Exactly. I was so into basketball, I was even debating doing a basketball podcast, and I'm so fed up with it. I'm debating just quitting altogether. Everything is the game's just changed. Everyone flops, and the refs rig the games. And I know people that say it's a conspiracy theory, and conspiracy theories aren't true. Conspiracy theories are true. Not all of them, but some of them are true. Do we want to get into my 9/11 conspiracy theory, or
I'm on your side with that?
Just watch Loose Change, and then email me your thoughts on that one. All right, let's move off of that. Nobody wants to hear about sports, apparently. I always get emails. The show is funny, except when you talked about sports.
Well, I only get once every 6 weeks when I'm on, so I had to put my 2 cents in about the NBA.
Yeah, that's fine.
And how it's become wrestling now, it's all fixed.
I figured you'd be happy to talk basketball, so.
I always am, but then I get shit for it the next day. So.
Oh, fuck them.
Well, you know what?
Fuck them. Fuck
You
your
don't like
list.
you don't like sports talk. Don't fucking listen. Wait till next week when I'm not here.
I'd say start your own show, but everyone has.
Yeah.
You know what, though?
How about this? If you don't like it, stop doing your own show.
Yeah.
Do your own show and make it last more than you and your buddy getting drunk one night.
Yeah, most
That's
shows
not-
don't last past 10 episodes.
No, they don't. I think actually I think 6 months is the mark you hit where it's like, okay, you're somebody who's been around for a while. You've got a little tenure now.
Yeah, and then you realize you have like 17 downloads and you quit.
That's what I did.
Thank God I like booze and I like doing this with a bunch of booze.
See, we drink during the show, but I'm glad we didn't name our show off of something drinking, because I was looking for new comedy shows to listen to the other day, which, by the way, is harder to do than you would think. And every show is just like, we like to drink, beer, beer, beer. You know, it's just, I don't know. We get it. You like to drink.
There is a line. I actually feel guilty of one thing. Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
On the show, since it is a very boozy show, and for the longest time, I don't have awesome co-hosts like you do with Brian and everyone. I had one that would not cover for me while I was taking a drink, so it turned into me saying drink break to tell him, hey, I'm going to take a drink, fill the dead space. Nobody wants fucking dead space in here.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, after going through this with a few of the guests we've had the last few weeks and everything, my wife's like, you just need a sound you can play during that. And she found me a sound, and it is absolutely, you'll know it as soon as I say the yodeling part. During the yodeling part, you can kill an entire 12-ounce beer during that time. It's just absolutely perfect for it, and, from the movie that's from and everything. And so now, if you don't mind, just because I want to get caught up with your guys' Johnny Walker, because I'm just drinking beer. This is what we play instead of drink break.
Go for it.
The passport! Yodelay-yodelay-yodelay-hoo, yodelay-hoo, yodelay-hoo, yodelay-yodelay-yodelay-hoo, yodelay-yodelay-hoo. Danke.
I just spit up on my keyboard, but there we go. Yeah, that's you can kill a whole 12-ounce beer perfectly.
So what's that from?
Beer Fest.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you guys can shit all over that movie all you want. Don't
I didn't
care
see it.
if you're drunk.
I don't mind that movie.
I like. Have you seen their new one, Slammin' Salmon?
Didn't even hear about it.
Not bad, actually. It's a restaurant movie about a Michael Tyson, one of his fucking grandma, a Mike Tyson type champ who's opened up this very fucking high scale restaurant and everything, and then they put their own special take of hilarity on it, and it's actually not too fucking bad.
Yeah, other than they did one movie that was really bad, but most of their movies are pretty good.
Are you saying Club Dread was bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree. That one was kind of. It had its moments, but I just like the guys. I mean, they're just doing their fucking thing, and they're all loyal to each other. Nobody's trying to break out. Nobody's trying to work. They're just doing their fucking thing, and that's got to be a blast doing that, especially a movie like fucking Beer Fest.
For those people who don't know what that is, those are the guys who did Super Troopers. That's probably their most famous
I
movie.
hated that fucking movie.
I actually went to a premiere of that movie, and they showed up, and they gave everyone in the theater handcuffs. It was like so weird.
It would have been better if they would have given hand jobs.
Yeah, really?
Probably
There's
not. They're
I bet
guys.
they could do a theater real quick. Was there like 8 of them?
5, I think.
Yeah, that's 20 hands. Boom, you can clean out a pretty decent, because everything's multiplex now, so they're not like the big 100 seaters or anything. I think they could throw the handies out for everybody real quick.
Yeah, they could, I guess.
I'd go out for an opening for that, and I'm like, hey, maybe somebody will show up for any movie if they would just show up and hey, I might get a hand job.
Okay.
And that's why you live in the Midwest.
There's nothing wrong with a handyman, I'm telling you, or a hand job.
BrinkofSanityShow.com is the website. Smooth transition away from the movie hand jobs. I am almost out of Johnny Walker already.
Me too. Well, not Johnny Walker, but whatever the fuck I'm drinking.
You guys
What
want
is drinking? It had the greatest name ever for rum. What was it?
Oh, Sailor Jerry.
Yeah.
That's real. It's a real kind.
That's like
That's-
the redheaded stepson of Captain Morgan.
Maybe. Yeah.
You got like
Is
a gallon of it.
Spin-off brand.
A gallon of it for $4.99.
No, I don't think so.
Is that like Hangover in a bottle?
No.
If there was a gallon of it for $4.99, that's what I'd be drinking.
Well, in Boston, they had a handle of vodka for $9.99.
Oh,
And it was something like Crystal Springs or some water-related thing. And what was that?
Crystal Palace?
I don't think it was that. But it was like if you drank a sip of it, you had a hangover for like 2 days. It was brutal stuff.
You could still taste the radiator fluid in it and shit.
Yeah, exactly. It was bad. Anybody who had a really bad hangover the next day were like, "Oh, you drank that shit, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's $10. I couldn't resist." And it is tempting. You go to the liquor store and you see a huge jug like that for $10. You're like,
Is there? I'm fascinated with Sailor Jerry. Is there a picture of Sailor Jerry on the bottle?
I don't know. The bottle's not in front of me.
Oh, there you go. Another one you guys probably have never heard of, but big song in the Midwest. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than have me
a frontal lobotomy. I know.
Yeah. Okay. See, we're finding common ground now.
I just looked it up. There's a chick in a hula skirt on the bottle. Which, all right, I guess her name is Jerry.
So it's Sailor Moon rum.
It looks like Sailor Moon, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'd drink Sailor Moon rum just to have the label.
We've done more obscure references in this first half hour than I think we've ever done.
You're welcome.
Is that an obscure reference, Sailor Moon?
I think so. I think it's kind of creepy coming from 40-year-old guys too.
Yeah, I guess non-Asian guys, that's kind of an obscure reference.
I've got kids, so I saw all of them. I know it all.
Yeah, not high-quality programming, but... You know.
My wife wants another kid, and I said, that's fine. We can have another kid, but my stipulation is I get to name it Vegeta.
Dragon Ball Z reference, folks.
Yeah. And I would. Or Krillin. Fuck. Little babies look like Krillin, but they grow up to be Vegetas. One of the few groups I joined on fucking Facebook, too, by the way, was... And I hate joining Facebook groups or any of that other shit, but it was so perfect. It was, if I get 1 million people to join this group, my sister said she'll name her baby Megatron.
I saw that one, yeah.
I joined it. I'm like, that's fucking clever enough. You got me. There you go. There's my one added.
Never happened, but it would be funny.
Yeah. She's not going to name the baby Megatron. If she is, DCFS needs to step in and take that kid away.
Well, that kid better be badass.
Or maybe, the middle name would be acceptable, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Be like David Megatron Smith. That'd be fucking awesome there.
But can you imagine having a kid naming it Megatron and then having it just be a complete pussy?
Like some queer emo guy or something.
Yeah, exactly. He's wearing his skinny jeans.
He spells Tron, T-R-A-H-N. Yeah.
I'm so sad.
Never mind. I was going to say he transforms into a switchblade and then cuts himself.
I transform into a sad teenager.
When he cries, his eyeshadow runs down his face.
Yeah. I used to think I wanted some dick till I actually got some. Now I'm double sad.
I know I was born 15 years after he died, but every time I hear Kurt Cobain's name, I just start crying.
Yeah, when did that happen? Fuck those guys. Kurt wouldn't have wanted that. Kurt didn't want to die. There's my conspiracy theory. I said it the day it happened before anybody jumped on it.
What, Courtney Love killed him?
Yeah.
She
think
is
it was
crazy enough to do that.
If she did, I just want to say thank you.
Not a Cobain fan?
No, God, no.
My theory is he sobered up enough to realize what he married.
I know. What a fucking nasty weirdo skank. But some dudes like that shit, man.
Yeah, not this dude.
I dig the big fucking deep thigh bruises and shit, man. That's awesome. It's my favorite. The vacuous eyes and the mystery bruises and the stumbling and slurring and the fact that you're so horrible a person, your own daughter fucking divorces you. You're worse than Gary Coleman's parents, man.
The fact that you were so fucked up during a celebrity roast that people stopped making fun of you because they just felt bad.
Yeah, no shit. She was horrible. Whose was that? I remember that one. Was that Flava Flav?
That was Pamela Anderson's.
Oh, it was Pamela. It was, oh, yeah, and she looked disgusting.
For a change. Oh wait, no, that's her normal look.
Yeah.
She looked like herself.
Yeah. She looked as usual.
She looked up to her very low standards.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say we take a quick little break and refill some drinks?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back.
You just missed a great intermission that didn't get recorded.
It was beautiful.
Not that anybody knows we were gone because I cut out the break.
Oops.
Probably shouldn't have.
No.
That's all right. Now let's get back to awkward pauses and silences.
We all got in the hugest fucking fight.
Now let's get back to being not funny.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching that show Extra yesterday. I don't know if you guys know
the show's still on?
Yeah. Apparently it's as popular as ever.
At least with Jason McKenna.
Yeah, no, it's it's one of those things where I walked into the living room, it was on, and I sat
And I kept
there.
it on for 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So they have a story, and they're trying to, like, I don't know, I guess rip on somebody because they had a story about how The Situation has a crush on Jennifer Aniston, and it got printed in a paper.
What's the situation?
He is one of the douchebags from the Jersey Shore.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, anybody who gives themselves a nickname, by the way, complete douchebag.
Yeah, you cannot give your. That's a fucking man rule. You don't give yourself a nickname.
Not only that, if you,
what though?
If you get a nickname, you can't call yourself by that name either.
No,
You know
and
what,
don't
though?
put yourself in the third person.
No. I will actually defend him.
Okay, this should be interesting.
I think personally that in this day and age we've gotten lazy with nicknames. Nicknames are just your first initial with the first syllable of your last name.
Oh yeah,
J-Man.
no, I can't stand that.
B. Adam. At least The Situation is something completely out of left field.
Okay, but he's still a giant douchebag.
I mean, he's still a dickhead and a douchebag, but at least he's not like T-Sit or something like that, you know?
yeah.
You know what? Has he ever explained why he has the nickname, or can I guess?
I would like you to guess.
My guess is he's got that nickname and gave it to himself so that he could also use the catchphrase, yeah, looks like we have a situation here.
There's a situation in my pants.
Yeah.
And then somebody has to follow him around with a boombox that goes, wah, wah, wah.
Oh no, the boombox would be playing. Y'all ready for this? Da, 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 da. Yeah, the situation's in the house.
So anyway, The Situation has a crush on who?
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston looks like the
Yeah,
biggest
ain't
cunt,
that.
doesn't she? Doesn't she just look like a cunt?
She could be.
She does, but you know what?
She's not even a good actress.
Which
I
is
don't know where
funny.
this-
She plays
where this,
herself
like-
off as like America's sweetheart too, which is funny.
Yeah, and I can't figure out where this like urban legend came from, where she's like a good actress.
Well, that's the Sandra Bullock corollary, but as far
She's
as
terrible.
Yes.
doesn't it raise any red flags that she's like 42 and can't keep a boyfriend? Like, there's got to be something wrong with her.
She's neat. Dude, I'll tell you what Jennifer Aniston's problem is.
She keeps throwing out man
by
horse.
looking at her eyes. She's needy. She's a clingy bitch. I'll guarantee you. She's very clingy. She needs you all over. She needs you right there. She loves to be in love with somebody and just wants to fucking hold all over him and all that shit. I'll guarantee you that's her problem. And once you get past the fact that, hey, I'm banging Jennifer Aniston, it starts to wear fucking thin.
Maybe she just has a really smelly vagina.
Could be.
I thought about saying that too. There you go. I saved that one for you because I was so gonna go there. Maybe your twat stinks. Mhm.
It could be, that's definitely a deal breaker.
Well, not so much.
No?
You can clean that up. You teach him some hygiene. Usually if it's not a permanent condition, they've just never been taught right. Get a wash rag and fucking show them.
Some people just don't learn very quickly. That's not something, everyone has an off day, but if they're not learning, that's definitely a big problem.
I mean, how many things would you like a woman to show you? How many things do you think women know that they don't fucking share with you at all?
I would love if they
did.
they should.
I would like. You want to expose some myths about women right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to just like to the women listening out there. You want to just like give them a little dose of reality.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. There's some things about women that every woman you'll ever meet thinks that they are or are good at or are skilled at, and they're just not. right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Every woman you meet thinks they're funny. They're not funny.
Yeah, no, not funny.
Every woman you meet thinks they can sing. Because they go to karaoke and think they can sing. You can't sing. Sorry. Every woman you meet thinks they're a good dancer. They're not a good dancer. Sorry.
Yeah, just because drunken assholes run up to you at a bar doesn't mean you're a good dancer. That just means
You're shaking your shit and you look like a slut because you're half drunk.
Right.
Every woman you meet thinks they give good head. Any head is better than no head, so everybody's going to tell you give good head.
Right, and we're not going to say don't do that again.
Yeah.
I will. Take your retainer out. You're scratching the fuck out of me.
All right, teeth hurt women. A lot. Just going to throw it out
I meet
there.
these girls and they're like, oh, yeah, I give great head. And really? That was great head? I don't think so.
Well, then we have a different set of rating systems here.
Yeah.
Percent completion ratio.
But those are some urban legends about most women out there that I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but most of those are you're really not. You need to look in the mirror and realize that you're not funny, you can't sing, you can't dance, and your oral skills are average at best.
Yeah, amen to that. I'm totally down with that.
All right.
Back to I was just gonna say that they said like, oh, you know, this newspaper printed up this story that Situation has a crush on Jennifer Aniston, and it's not really news. But then, if you think about it, they just reported it. So this story that was not news to begin with, they actually gave more publicity to by reporting on it.
Well, that's the whole problem with this like TMZ world.
Yeah, does Extra and TMZ actually even count as reporting?
I guess for some people, they're really interested in that shit.
You know what it is? It's one of those like chicken and the egg things. It's like because you have like everywhere. There's like E channel, and there's TMZ, and there's Extra, and there's Entertainment Tonight, and there's Access Hollywood, and there's Perez Hilton, and it's all this bullshit that people you don't even care about and what they're doing. But if you just saturate it enough, people, it's like one of those things where like, why am I watching it? I'm watching it because it's on. Well, why are you putting it on? Well, because people are watching it.
Oh, you're watching
if it's on like 25 channels out of 50, I have a 50% chance of seeing it. So yeah, it's going to be on, and I'm going to watch it.
You're watching it for the same reason that the Republican Party is successful at what they do. They just keep repeating the same shit over and over and slamming it in your fucking face. Continuously, over and over. 10 people are going to hate it, but the 2 or 3 that it catches straight through the fucking brain.
Like this, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was petering out there anyway. Go ahead, man.
I was just going to say like this Kate Gosselin, but like who is that? And like why do people care about her? And like, you know, she's all over all these shows, and it's like it's just one of those things where like, well, we put her on because people want to know about her. People don't want to know about her. They're just too lazy to change a channel, and they see her on.
And you told people that you want to know. You people need to know about Kate Gosselin. Yeah, I agree.
Well, you know what?
Yesterday
they did 4 stories on Lindsay Lohan. 4 different stories.
I feel bad for Lindsay Lohan because she's going to die.
Fuck her.
But she's pretty hot. Well, she was.
She was. She looks like she's about 40 now. I mean, that's not good for a 23-year-old.
Plus, she was with that manly-looking dyke for a while. And
oh, yeah. And she's got saggy breasts at 23.
She's got the freckles. All right. I'm sorry. That's it's like melanoma or something all over her. I don't like freckly chicks. Like, that's nasty. It's like you were in the sun at the wrong time, or I don't know. But when the freckles are like just a big rash of freckles all over you. Ugh.
Well, she's also addicted to the fake tans, which is like a freckle highlighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, everybody is now. Everybody is.
Brown. She looks like a 70s kitchen motif.
It's like George Hamilton.
Like George Hamilton with a bad melanoma. Yeah.
In 5 years, she will be George Hamilton.
Yeah.
That girl is aging. Maybe she has that disease where she ages like 10 times as fast.
Benjamin Button? Oh, no, that's the reverse. You know, I would like to say something. Today is June 10th, 2010, when we're recording this.
Mm-hmm.
And I am very proud to say that I, as of this date, still do not know who or what Lady Gaga is.
Me either.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about her, only that her name is everywhere. I don't know where she came from, what she's supposed to be. and why people care about her. And I'm very happy that my head is in the sand for that.
You don't know either, John?
You know what? Actually, I have a vague idea because I try to stay abreast of everything that's going on.
She's
but,
some sort of singer, but she might be a guy or something. Is all I know about her.
She's a very handsome woman without her makeup.
Well, I'm very proud of this show now that you guys don't know that. You know, you can't watch one episode of that stupid show without 3 stories on her as well. So unfortunately, I do know. You probably have heard her song because it plays on loop on the radio. I'm sure Bry's heard it too. It's
Maybe.
I'm gonna.
I'm sure
No, you
you've
don't
heard
have to look it up. You don't have to look it up on my account.
Oh, YouTube has ads now. That's awesome. Okay,
And
well,
I still
we're not.
and I also don't know who or what Russell Brand is and why I'm supposed to care about him.
What the fuck is Russell Brand?
He's that guy from Take Me to the something. Take me.
He's the one guy that does the thing.
Take
You
me to
dumb-
the Greek. That
He's
new-
like he was in like one movie and everybody seems to love him for some reason.
He's the fucked up rock star guy.
yeah, he was the guy in
Sarah Marshall.
Sarah Marshall. Yeah,
See, I don't even know what Sarah Marshall is. What the fuck is that?
it was a
It was
movie.
an average movie.
Are these like lovey movies, like Dear
No,
John?
they're Judd Apatow movies.
Ah, there you go. He is. He's very, very faithful to anyone that he came up with. So that's probably where that guy came from.
Well, he liked him in Sarah Marshall, so now he's the new Judd Apatow guy.
Is he? Mm-hmm. What have I always said, Jason? Who's the Judd Apatow of podcasting?
You
Yes, I am.
been saying that for a while.
Podcasting. I'm very. Anybody who was with us in the beginning, ride our coattails to mediocrity. To the very peaks, to the very plateaus. Ride our coattails to the very plateaus of mediocrity.
Yeah, I'm the same way. You know, started off at the bottom, and now we're third from the bottom, and I'm still loyal.
Whatever commercial that is with the kids where they're all talking about what they want to do with their life, and the one's like, I want to claw my way to middle management. It stuck with me. I love that.
Well, you know,
Wait,
you got to
settle.
keep your expectations realistic.
That's right.
Because you know what? You're not going to be a CEO. Just face it. Unless you start
No.
your own company. And then it'll probably be a shitty company.
And yeah, it was started on your mom's money.
Just throwing some sense of reality into your delusions, folks. Curing depression, one step at a time.
I don't believe people can truly be depressed. Clinically depressed, I don't believe exists.
I think that just means you suck.
I think it's just that you're a pillhead and you're like, give me something new. All this old shit's starting to wear off. I've evolved out of it. Give me some new shit. I'm so sad.
Well, you know what? Everyone has a rough life. Shit happens.
Yeah, get a helmet.
You know, you think everything's great in my world? No, you put on a happy face and you deal with it.
That's the problem with this world is that we're in that like PC age now where like everybody's a winner and everybody's gets shit for participation and stuff. It's like if somebody's going to win, somebody has to lose.
Not
if
if you
somebody's
own a
going to get a
Wii.
job, somebody's got to lose their job. If somebody's got to, get the girl, somebody has to lose the girl. So it's like depressed people are just like, because I consider myself depressed, among other things, and but I'm not whiny about it. I'm not like in therapy, like crying my eyes out, blaming my parents. But I just consider
You fucking man up. Get over it.
I get drunk and I do podcasts, but I think that it's just life's balance.
Well, it's true. Yeah,
You can't have everybody in the world happy. It's just a natural balance, a natural order of things. If somebody wins, somebody has to lose. If somebody goes left, somebody has to go right. It's just that sort of like whatever. You just accept your role and you deal with it.
right.
And then eventually you just kill 35 people and yourself. I mean, who cares?
Or you shoot 50 cows.
yes.
Oh, don't start that shit again.
No, I love that. That was my favorite story you've ever done on this show, man.
I think
How
me
many
too.
cows was it? It was like 54 or something like that?
Yeah. What an awesome person.
I know. I still think about that. I work on a farm, dude. I think about
It's
all
all
the
like
time.
live on
I
a
think,
farm too.
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm out in the barn right now with the door wide open and my horsey is getting out.
Speaking of news stories, I got one. You guys want to do a
Good
news
segue,
story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're finally getting to Jay's list here after like an hour and a half.
That's good. We usually blow through it in 5 minutes, and then I have the deer in the headlights look for the next 55. So that's
Phil.
Yeah, exactly.
We've done a pretty good job of filling the time here.
You know what? 3 is the magic number. Not to go over your news story, but for the shit that we do, it's the 3 voices. If you got 3 voices, 2 voices is fucking hard, and solo is a nightmare. But 3 voices, there's always somebody fucking talking, especially if y'all are drinking.
I thought I had enough for a solo cast, and the interjections really fill out the show. I did like what I thought was an entire show's worth of stuff in about 15 minutes, and I'm like, well, I had to scrap it and like do that story next time I had somebody on. It's really hard. I give you credit for the ones you do alone. It's very hard.
Oh, that's why I do this. I can, if I drink, and not even drink, I can simply sit and talk and talk and talk and talk. My daughter has the same problem now, and which it skipped it skipped like the first 2, and now she's the one who does. But that's all I can do. If I'm trying to work a computer at the same time while I'm talking, which is also very helpful when you podcast, I'm a fucking mess. I need somebody to answer my phones and cover when I'm talking, and I could sit here and just rattle on forever. But 3 voices is awesome because, like I said, I can rattle on forever because I love the sound of my own voice. But other people aren't so enamored with it, and they like a little breakup now and then. And with 3, I mean, usually you don't even have any kind of like negativity or any kind of tension or anything like you can get with 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when I'm on, there's always negativity.
I know, you're a fucking douche. Hey, let's just get that out in the open, fucker.
He's not a douche. He's just a bitter, depressed old man.
I know. He said that he was
True,
fat.
yeah.
He's fat, and he's an alcoholic. So,
Not alcohol. This is the first time I drank in like a month.
Yeah, if there's one complaint I have about you is that you don't drink enough.
I know. Well, I'm on meds. I'm not really supposed to.
Oh, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Unless it's like meds for cancer or something.
Well, it's meds for my heart.
Well, drink up, Johnny.
They're trying to turn my black heart into a regular heart.
I thought it was for your broken heart.
Are you a sad?
I don't. It's a broken heart.
Are you a sad little blob with a rain cloud following you?
Well, the rain cloud does follow me, but I'm not sad. I'm kind of happy about it.
Well, that's not bad. There you go. Intoxicated. Yeah, I love my sadness. I think that's a big thing that a lot of people who sit there and bitch about, and I'm not talking about you, dude, in particular.
Sound
But
like you are.
But people who do buy into the whole like, oh, I'm depressed and I just need meds and I'm special because of it. I think they do kind of buy into it. That's why you can't break them out of it and be like, hey, just change the way you fucking look at shit. I know it sounds simple, but it's actually very hard, but it does work. I think they actually kind of start digging their own sadness. They do. It's a neural pathway that gets burned, man. It's very comfortable. It feels very good.
Yeah, people don't want to try anything new, get out of their comfort zone.
Fuck no. And that's my favorite thing to do. I like uncomfortable situations as long as, I'm not the one getting fucking gun pointed at them,
I like making situations uncomfortable, but I don't really like when they're uncomfortable for me.
Bry's the king of awkward situations.
Those are awesome.
I'm the elephant in the room guy. Like, hey, there's an elephant in the room. Hey, I'll point it out.
Hey, look, his dick's half hard. And the fucker's on the floor. That's not even full hard. Look at that elephant dick.
Did we tell the story, Bry, when we had those 2 girls over? And we each, well, you know what? If we told it, it was probably within the first episode or 2. So, nobody's listening to those.
I don't know what story we're talking about.
We had 2 girls over, and we each liked one of them.
And we couldn't get with either of them.
This was a recurring theme all through college, but these 2 we had like a running plot with for about 3 years, where we just
you stalked. Then, if it was 3 years,
okay. No, well, we fell into
the groundwork.
It's college. That's fine. Yeah, you did groundwork. Like
no, we fell into the friend zone immediately, and we're just too stubborn to accept that fact. So
you can't be friends with a chick. All right, that's fine.
Oh, you talking about the night where I got trashed and I got naked in the room?
Yes. There was a night where
we kept playing some stupid game.
Well, we got drunk and we were watching a movie, and then Bri made up a bet, which was like unwinnable, and he's like, if I lose this bet, I'll just get naked.
We were playing with some board game that they always brought over that we played, and they killed us. And I was like, no, all right, we're gonna catch up. We're gonna win this time, and if we don't win, I'll get naked or something like that.
Yeah, and then you did, and that was pretty damn awkward.
But I was covered. I was naked, but I was covered.
Not really. Bri leaves the room and he comes back butt naked, just covering with his hand.
With like a washcloth over my small little dick.
But then you sat down and dropped the washcloth and it was just your hand.
Little motherfucker, Bob. It's yours, man. Don't be ashamed. I don't care. I've got the tiniest dick on earth, and I will stand there proud let that fucking thing sit there. I don't care. Look at it. Look at it.
Somehow that didn't get the girls over to our side.
I think it's your bear-like chest.
Well, that could be too.
Bri is the hairiest chest I've ever seen in my life.
It could be that I had a girlfriend at the time too.
That they were aware of as well.
That they were friends with.
That could be. But you know what? Your girlfriend was fucking other people, so why couldn't you?
No. That was the other one. That was Lauren. I don't think she was fucking anybody else, was she?
Oh, that one. I was thinking of the whore you dated.
Yeah, no, not that whore, no.
I don't know. Bri got himself into awkward situations.
The best thing, though, when I watched that episode of Californication this season, totally brought me right back to that night.
Yep. Bri.
Do you watch Californication?
Yeah. Great show.
No, not you.
Oh, with Duchovny? No, I don't. I know what it's all about. I just...
It was a classic episode this season where like he was banging like 3 different girls, and like one by one they all showed up at his apartment, and he like locked them in each room and was like going back and forth and everything. And that totally happened to me when we were in college one night.
And Bryce, like, did you grab one and run out the back door?
No, we went to a party. We went to the party at what's their name? Tom and all those guys. The house I forgot what we said.
The Alpine.
The Alpine. Yeah, we had a party there, and I was talking to this girl because I was fighting with my girlfriend at the time, and I told her about the party. And I told her that she wasn't going, so I invited this other girl to the party, and then my girlfriend ended up wanting to go to the party, so she came over. We went to the party, and for some reason, I was holding her wallet or her keys because she didn't have any pockets. So I left the party. So one of our other roommate got this other girl and said, hey, come home with me. And then he was like, come on, I got her. Let's go. And I left the party. I went home, and this other girl's waiting for me in the living room. And all of a sudden, my girlfriend starts pounding on the door because I left with her keys. So she comes in. So our roommate takes this other girl down the back door out the fire escape.
Oh, all right. He took her back. I knew somebody ran out the back door.
He took her down. And that was the end of that.
Right, okay. That's pretty funny. A third of children...
Remember that one party we went to at that girls' college where it was like everybody was like after us?
Yeah, yet still nothing happened.
That was fun. I met this girl that went to an all-girls school when I was skiing. And she invited me up to her house for like...
went to school in a fucking 80s movie?
It was like the opposite of a frat party. We got there, and me, Jay, and our roommate Matt were the only guys there. And like it was free for us to get in. It was like complete opposite of a frat party. And we still couldn't get anything.
We were the worst. We really were the worst.
Was there booze there?
Yeah, we were wasted.
Oh, yeah, it was a keg party. They were like pouring beers down our throats.
There's 3 of you guys there at a keg party with nothing but a bunch of chicks in college. And
there was maybe like 4 other guys there.
And there was probably like 100 girls.
Yeah.
No joke.
Other guys like got laid 25 times a piece.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
God damn it.
We're that unappealing.
The other guys were like, sweet, our competition, awesome.
I've always learned in life, ask for the order. I learned that in sales. Ask for the order. Don't be afraid to. You're going to hear no a lot, but those yeses, those are nice.
Oh, that sounds like Matt and his direct approach.
Yeah.
That was our problem.
My boss actually used to say, you know what you do? You guys, you're chicken shits. You don't want to talk to people. You're chicken shits. He goes, go out and ask every fucking girl that you see for the next 24 hours, hey, you want to fuck? Hey, you want to fuck? Hey, you want to fuck? You're going to get slapped in the face 100 fucking times. The one time that bitch says yes, you're going to forget about all the rest of that. Quit being a bunch of
There were 2 times where I was like almost assured getting laid in school, and Matt, our roommate, cock-blocked me twice. One was when those girls were over. Jay, you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When he passed out, remember, and then they ran off.
Oh yeah, our other roommate is about to have sex with this girl.
He has his fuck buddy over.
Yeah, and she goes.
She brings like her beautiful friend.
Yep. And so the friend is in the room with Bri, and
The friend, they're gonna stay. So I'm like, oh, you could sleep in my bed. She's like, where are you gonna sleep? I'm like, I'll sleep on the couch. She's like, no, you could sleep next to me. I'm like, okay. So
But then the girl that's with our roommate, she goes into the bathroom to brush her teeth.
and he passes out.
He takes off all his clothes, gets butt naked, and then passes out. And so she comes in and gets
She
so
comes
mad.
barging into my room. Come on, we're leaving.
And all he had to do was stay awake, and it would have been on.
Yeah.
And that
All
girl
you
was
had to do
smoking.
was tell her, we ain't got to leave yet.
Yeah, when there's one girl that's that angry, the girls always
Yeah.
team up, and that's it.
And then the other time was when you lived in Boston with those Harvard guys, and you had a party, and I brought what's her name,
Yeah, names are irrelevant.
that crazy fat girl's friend.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
the crazy fat girl? I brought her friend,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like all over me like the entire night. And then we were supposed to go back to his house to play beer pong. She's like, "Oh, I want to play beer pong." I was like, "Oh, my friend's got a beer pong table, no problem." And then I'm like, "All right, come on, we going to play beer pong?" And he's like, "No, my pussy left. I'm going home to bed." So I was like, totally screwed. I was like, "Oh, sorry, no beer pong tonight." So then she's like, "Okay, walk me back to my friend's apartment."
Wait, who said my pussy left?
Matt,
Oh, okay.
he was talking to some girl that night, and he was like, "Oh, my pussy left, so I'm just going home to." Because I was like, "Come on, Matt." Because he was like, "Oh, we'll go play beer pong, get a bunch of people over," and then he was like, "Oh, my pussy left. Fuck it, I'm going to bed."
Nice.
So then I had to walk that chick back to her apartment. I was like, "Oh, yeah, sorry about the beer pong."
We could play
But how
cards.
about something else? Bzoop, thwomp. Come on. You guys were afraid to ask for the order, weren't you? It was laid right there in front of your face. When a chick's pissed, I will tell you this. When a chick is pissed, she wants to fuck somebody else besides who she's pissed at. Because for a chick, that's the best way to get back at the motherfucker she's mad at. He's bigger
Except for
than
when they're pissed at you.
that's what no, that's my point. You're bigger than them. You're stronger than them. You're better at a lot of shit than they are. But they know the one thing that you care about more than anything else. And if they're really pissed at you, they'll give that to somebody else because that's their way of saying, "Yeah, here you go, fucker." Now, if you can wrap your mind around the fact that you're fucking some chick that's just fucking you and not even paying attention to you, but getting off on the fact that she's fucking over her old man, nail it.
That's why white girls fuck black guys.
No, that's because they hate their dads.
Yeah, well, that's what you said. They're old man.
Oh no, that's it's.
I'm drunk. I can't follow your line of Midwestern logic.
Their significant other.
Oh.
Quick transition. Don't
Yes?
be a seed.
Huh?
So anyway,
Jay, what else
Jay's-
you got? The old news hopper there.
1/3 of children have seen online porn by the time they are 10.
I found my dad's porn collection before I was 10. Does that count?
Yeah, because there was no online when we were 10. So,
And porn's a lot easier to find now.
well, you
And
can't
it's
even
like-
Google like directions to a Burger King without finding porn first.
Well, like this guy at work told me, he's like, "Yeah, I had to get a baseball glove for my son, and I Googled Dick's Sporting Goods, and you wouldn't be surprised what came up." He said, "Yeah, well, you got to put sporting goods after it. You can't just put dicks."
You know what? Just do a full-on Google search with all the filters off on Santa Claus.
Yeah, is it that bad?
Fuck. It is. It's Santa Claus. And the things that pop up in an unfiltered search, I guess for little kids would be disconcerting. It's not horrible. It's not like you put up Goatsy Santa Claus or anything like that.
Is it like Al Qaeda, like hanging Santa Claus somewhere? Or?
Yeah, they got a butter knife and they're cutting off Santa's head and shit like that. No, it's just
like
Santa with
evil
butt
Bert
titties.
with Santa Claus.
I think I saw one. Santa was like shoving a champagne bottle up some chick's ass.
Hey, she was naughty.
Yeah, and he was being nice.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, but yeah, I'm terrified to have kids now because Santa
they'll see porn?
Claus. Santa
Jay, it's
Claus.
not worth having kids. The world's gonna end. We've
Why
been
can't
over
they
this.
like the old days and just walk in on their parents fucking and then be all fucked up over that? Now they got to watch everybody's parents fucking on the internet.
Can I just say that one of the hits was Santa Claus, Dickipedia, a wiki of dicks? All I did was type in Santa Claus.
I love you, internet. Love you so much. The internet doesn't care.
All right. Anyway, Bri was going somewhere with that.
Where was I going? Oh, I said don't have kids because the world's gonna end.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Bri called it about 50 episodes ago.
Yep.
And I don't know. We've been having a lot of earthquakes and volcano eruptions, and now we have the oil spill. I think Bri's onto something.
Hey, what
Bryce
can I say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That oil, the live oil feed, though, like I said in my Facebook, it's really like watching that Yule log on Christmas. You're just watching it, waiting for something to happen, but nothing's ever going to happen.
You know what it's going to turn into in that area of the Gulf? Someday, 150, 200,000 years from now, it's going to be the new tar pits. You know, it's not... I don't know if it's never happened before, but I'm sure that oil has burst up through the ground and blew through some shit, right? This isn't like Armageddon and the end of the world. It just means a bunch of sea turns are fucked.
I don't know if like half the Earth's water.
No, it just means the
got-
fucking Saints are going to have to win the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
It's affecting football. It's affecting me.
Well, and it's it's also getting all the can we call them New Orleanians riled up?
Sure.
Well, what's going to happen is there's going to be another huge hurricane, and it's going to suck up all the oil, and then it's literally going to rain oil.
That would be
Old
interesting.
Texas tea.
Well, I'll just put a cup out there and then I'll sell it for a couple $100.
But
Yeah, asteroids have hit the fucking Earth. I mean, all kinds of global catastrophes have happened, and I can't believe that at some point in the Earth's geologic past that a rift hasn't opened somewhere and spilled a bunch of fucking remains of whatever was ancient before them. I mean,
In the ocean, though, I don't know.
the two things that really I'm curious about are that there's that much oil under there where it's still going 49 days later,
yeah.
and number two, gas prices have gone down.
Well, that proves that whole thing is a scam.
Yeah,
The oil prices are just a scam because if we lost that many millions of gallons of oil and the prices went down, it's all a farce.
Gas prices are monkeys throwing darts.
Yeah, it's the rich guys are like, well, we're not rich enough. Let's make the prices go up. People are mad. All right, let's lower it a little. The whole thing. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
That's something I always wondered about, man. So if you say something and it's really unreasonable and there's no actual logic to it, as long as it rhymes, it's okay. Because they don't say rhyme and reason; they say there's no rhyme or reason, so either one's acceptable. Like I could sit and give you a very well articulated argument about the oil spill and what its actual whole global effects can be and everything, or I could just be like, that oil make my blood boil, and both.
so both are valid, is what you're saying.
Yeah, both are completely valid because there's in either one there's rhyme or there's reason.
If that ocean's full of shit, you must have quit.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I guess it worked. I mean, it worked for OJ, so why couldn't it work for Earth?
Yeah, the Gulf tried to kill all black people, so you must not
Steeple?
beepable stimple. Yeah,
You picked like the hardest word to rhyme.
You must not climb a steeple.
Yeah.
What else is there besides people and steeple? If your legs don't work, you're a creeple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got. That's as far as that one goes.
All right, let's
right here.
let's take a 2-minute break, and then refill drinks, and then wrap the show up.
All right,
All right.
let's all pee and come back and let's give the folks what they want. Let's all come back and we'll make sure that we all rock out with our cocks out. Yes.
Well, I got a rapid fire question segment for you and Brian.
Awesome.
So we'll do that up when we get back.
All right.
Chappelle.
All right, we're back. We
All
are
right.
back.
Woo! We are back.
That was awesome. So I'm going to throw it out there.
That's from The Hangover because we were talking about that off the air.
Before we do this rapid question segment, I'm gonna throw out the gauntlet. During John's show, he does drunken trivia. I'm putting up a challenge right now. I want to take you on in drunken trivia.
I'll take you on.
Really?
I'll take you on right now.
We got 2 challengers, man.
All right. Who's going to ask the questions? I'll do it right now.
Well, I don't have trivia questions up, but
I'm talking to Brian. You and I will do one on the show, but I'll take Brian on. Yeah, I have to be drunk, bud.
well, it's not drunken trivia if you're sober.
Yeah. I've been in a blackout and had to listen to the show and like, oh, that's what my wife has been talking about. She's so happy. That's why she lets me still do this, because I've been able to finally listen to myself in a blackout. Because when I black out, I'm super drunk. And I will sit there and speak to yeah, exactly. But I'm speaking to you like I'm speaking to you now, but the words are perfectly articulated, but it's total nonsense. They don't go together. They don't mean anything.
That's pretty much the way my blackouts are. People are like, "Oh wow, you were blacked out," and I was like, "Yeah, I was blacked out for about 3 hours."
Yeah, exactly. And I finally got to hear it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just saying stuff that it almost works as a coherent kind of phrase, but it's way off."
It just all goes wrong on the last 2 or 3 words of the sentence.
And I still have beaten a physics major, a doctor, a professional journalist, and so many more people at Drunk Trivia, even while blacked out. So anytime.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Brian, he's pretty mean because I heard the episode where he was blacked out.
You will get up on. I have a spot on the website for Drunk Trivia. I'd like to have a leaderboard. I'd like to have a whole fucking deal for that, man.
Well, it's your show. Do it up, man.
On Drunk Trivia.
You lazy fuck.
Yeah. I'm up for it. If you come on tomorrow night and take me on, whoever wants to take me on, I will, because I'm missing a musical guest this week unless something miraculous happens like last week. And yeah, I'm all for some drunk trivia.
All right. So when is your show? We're gonna challenge you.
I start at 7 Central Standard Time, so 8 o'clock your time, Eastern.
Mm-hmm. And randomassradio.com, right?
Yeah, that's what we've been calling it.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna challenge
Actually,
you.
You'd have to wait till about 8. Give me at least an hour to start slamming some shit.
Right. So yeah, Brian and I will we'll go on your show. Separate.
I don't know if tomorrow works, but I'll definitely figure out a time to.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow doesn't work for me either, but we will be calling your show, preferably in separate weeks. Just one per episode.
Just randomly. Yeah.
And,
random ass.
Yeah. We'll
just
take
random.
you out. All right, rapid fire questions, folks.
How?
All right. When would you say?
How do we play?
I'm just going to ask questions, and then you each answer it. There's no winner. It's just getting both of your insights on these
Is
questions.
it like you're asking him, then you ask me, or we just blurt out answers?
We could alternate. How about
like that anyway?
All right, alternate. That's good.
we'll alternate? All right. We'll start with Brian on the first one.
Okay.
When would you say sex has taken place?
Well, do you want my answer or the answer from what that question's from?
No, your answer. These are Seinfeld-inspired questions.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Seinfeld answer is when the nipple makes its first appearance. My answer would be after I've paid.
Okay. John?
Would you please repeat the question?
When would you say sex has taken place?
When she cries.
She hardly ever even wakes up.
When she stirs.
Yes. That's when I know I'm giving it to her good.
When she remembers.
There you go. Y'all answered for me, so there we go. That's my answer.
All right, John first on this one. What percentage of people would you say are good looking?
Really 12%.
Bri?
Yeah, I think it's about 12 is good. I think it's about 10 to 12.
Are you talking good looking or fucking smoking?
No, just good looking.
Yeah, about 12.
It's like 10 to 12 are good looking, 10 to 12 are heinous, and the rest are the rest.
But did you ever have days where like you go into work and like 60% of people are good looking, and then other days you won't see one good looking person?
For like the past like 6 years, like I would say like 90% of people I see are good looking.
You probably just haven't gotten laid in a while.
Well, it has been about 6 or 7 years.
Holy Christ.
Yeah, that
No,
happened to me 2 days ago. Like I was going to work and like everyone was hot. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I guess it evened out because everyone was gross today. I don't know. I don't get how that works though. Anyway, next question. Do you double dip?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I hate days when everyone's gross too, Jason. Go ahead. My bad.
Who's that to?
That one's to you.
To you, man.
No.
You don't?
Double dip now.
Do you double dip, John?
I dip my balls.
what
I don't
context?
double dip.
With just actual chips, or what's the
Yeah,
context?
yeah. Well, yeah. I guess the chip.
Surprisingly enough, I don't like to double dip with the chip in if I'm sharing. If it's just mine, yeah, I'll stick my fingers in there, dredge out the last of it. You know?
You'll
But,
lick the bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, polite company. No, I don't double dip.
I double dip, but I rotate. So I dip the front and then I'll dip the back that didn't touch my mouth.
Well, then that's not a double dip.
That's fair.
Double dip is when it touches your mouth. So you're clear.
Okay. I guess this one goes to John. If you had a personalized license plate, what would it say?
You mean a talking personalized license plate?
They make such things?
License.
What
Well, you
kind
said
of-
what would it say? And then,
What kind of crazy future do you live in?
no, a personalized license plate. My personalized license plate would be MK1 3BR.
Okay. Is there a meaning behind that, or is that just...
No,
Okay. Awesome. Bri?
IH8U.
that almost seems like it would be like a phrase or something, but I can't. I need to visualize it.
Another
hate
another
you.
another totally random one. All right, good.
I hate you.
No, I know. I got it. I got it. If you could pretend to have any job, what would it be?
Internet radio god.
All right. Don't you do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Woo! Yay for me.
Nobody's pretending here.
Yeah.
Bri, do you have one?
If I could pretend to have any job.
Hand job.
Pretending to have a hand job is the lowest common denominator.
Your mother's boyfriend? Is that a job?
Depends how bitchy she is, yeah.
Not your mother per se, but just you
And
generally.
mother.
You.
Or how gross she is. All right. How long would you guess you could stay master of your domain?
Forever if I had to. I'm sorry, that was Brian's. My bad.
No, I think it was. Probably 14 days.
Not even a fortnight?
14 and a half.
And you said forever, John?
If I had to. I mean, I could actually not do that, but as it stands now, 6-7 times a day. I mean, that's put your hands straight up above your head and measure the distance between the tip of your thumb and the head of your dick, and that's as far away as you are from all the time.
I'm on pills, so I have no sex drive, so I could probably go forever if I wanted. I do it like once a week just to clean out the pipes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how I know. I could go forever because I did quit smoking, and that's the hardest thing to ever quit. So if I had to, but man, I like that more than cigarettes. I've doubled up since I quit smoking.
Doubled off.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have more willpower than me. That's...
Yeah, I double dip now too.
Let's see, what else do we got? Favorite method of procrastination?
Masturbation. I was pretty much established before.
Yeah. Yep.
Sleep.
Okay.
That was my favorite part of that Seinfeld episode too. Was his mother being like, "You didn't have anything better to do?" Just like because it wasn't even. He didn't even have like a porno mag or any of the good shit. It was like what, like a wasn't it
Glamour, wasn't it?
Glamour, yeah. I mean, it was some women's rag, and he's like, yank one out right now. And yeah, I love that. Because my mom, actually, my mom, when she would catch me masturbating, would make me wear a clothespin on my dick for like a half hour.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'd have to. I don't like to talk about it. I'd have to lay in bed.
That sounds painful.
Right? Yeah, you know what? We had a discussion about this actually during my my news segment I recorded on Tuesday. It's not. We were talking about people who are child molesters and serial killers and all that stuff, and I'm like, you know, my mom used to make me do that when I masturbated, which is a totally natural thing. I understand all that. So, you know, fuck these guys. They've got way more wrong with them than what they might want to blame their childhood on. You know, as soon as you start seeing dead prostitutes showing up that are covered in clothespins and everything, you know, don't worry about me.
How often was she catching you that she actually came up with a routine?
Well, why do you think my dick's so small? I mean, from like age 9 on, she's catching me all the time, and I'm pinching this poor little fucker off. You know, I don't like to talk about it. I should have never brought it up. Thanks,
right.
Mom.
Well, we don't need to open up old wounds. Favorite thing to eat while in college?
Ramen.
Pizza.
Brian and I had an awesome pizza scam going.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Share.
Okay. Well, we had money on our college IDs, and you know you got a set amount at the beginning of the semester, and it resets we had quarters because we went to school at like 4 quarters instead of 2 semesters. Anyway, you had this money on your card, and Domino's would accept this card as currency. So I had an idiot roommate freshman year, and he ran out of money the very first month. Spent his entire quarter's money. But he called up Domino's and ordered a pizza, and it shows up. So he's like, well, fucking A. And the next day...
Domino's didn't have a computer system yet.
Well, yeah, the next day he calls up, orders another pizza, it shows up again. So, you know, we're like, well, this is pretty rad. We realized that they updated their account once a month. So... you know, he got to order every day for the rest of the month, and then they found out, and then they didn't let him order anymore. But by then, our neighbor had run out of money on his card, so we ordered pizza every day on his card for an entire month, and so on and so on. So, you know, but the more people we got in, the more pizzas we'd have to order. So, you know, by like the 4th or 5th month, we had, you know, 6 guys in it, and we were ordering like 4 pizzas a night. But we basically got free pizza from Domino's every day for about 4 months straight.
And then there was another place that took the pizza, and what we would do is you order the pizza, you pick up the pizza on one side, and you pay on the other, and we'd get like 5 pizzas, and we'd have 2 guys, and one guy would carry like 2 of them, and the other guy would carry like 2 of them. The cheaper ones, they'd go over and pay. And the other guy would just walk out with the other ones and be like, oh yeah, 2 small cheese.
Well, when it was just us, we would start off, I would just order a pizza and a slice. And the place was really busy, so I just I'd hand the pizza back to Bri, and then I'd walk over with the slice and just pay for the slice.
Yeah, that worked well too for a while.
We basically got free pizza every day for about 7 months.
Yeah, like the whole year.
Way to rob those families.
Oh yeah.
Way to rob those people of a fucking honest living. Way to go.
Well, this is Domino's. I mean, I have no remorse stealing from Domino's.
Hey, maybe they had to lay off little Kelly or little Brian, you know.
Yeah, maybe that's also why I gained like 30 pounds freshman year of college.
Yeah.
So sue. You should. You could get it now. I mean, even if you only got a couple $100,000, that's 2 years of staying at home and really putting some effort into this shit. You know what I mean? I'd love that. That'd be awesome. I got to blame my fat on somebody.
Damn you, Domino's being too gullible and falling for our scams.
Papa John's maybe now. Domino's.
Damn, Domino's letting us break the law.
And Domino's has already been through that. Face that in court. So Domino's has got some fucking backing, man. Domino's has been in court. The 30 minutes or less, and somebody got fucking killed by a Domino's car and all that shit. They still, and they even their current fucking people still order pizza from it, and their current fucking ad campaign is what, Jason?
We taste slightly less shitty than we used to.
It's like, yeah, we're sorry we really sucked for so long. Hey, try this. And
Everyone hated our pizza for decades, and we finally decided to make it slightly. We added garlic to our
we
canned
cooked the pizza
tomato
this
sauce.
time, and
Our canned tomato sauce, we swapped a little butter on the crust.
we jizzed a little butter on the crust for you.
Now,
A little jizz of butter.
well, that's a good marketing campaign because they're like, well, I want everyone to try it. Even if everyone tries it once and they still think it tastes like shit, they make a shitload of money for everyone trying it once more. So, Bri just saw Conan O'Brien last week.
yep,
How was that?
it's great. It was really funny. I was
He's too freckly.
I was
in the
very
freckles?
surprised how funny he was. It was a lot of like local humor. I guess he must do that on every tour wherever he stops. He did like a lot of jokes about like where he was.
Yeah,
Did
I'm
some
very jealous
songs.
you got to see that.
Yeah, Andy was there. He did some songs. There was a little video from Triumph, which was funny.
Very cool.
It was like dubbed over. It was like Triumph talking, and he's like, "Oh, I love it when I'm here." And then it like a dubbed over, like really cheesy voice. It would say, "Uncasville, Connecticut, playing Mohegan Sun."
Who's funnier, Triumph or Jeffrey Ross?
Jeffrey Ross.
I gotta say the same.
I guess.
Yeah, Jeffrey Ross is a funny fucker.
I just and it's one of his oldest ones now from all the roast. Is speaking of William Shatner, Betty White just shat in her pants. Fucking love that. Hey man, love that.
He's another guy that's really mellow when you meet him in person. He's
Yeah, I've heard his actual stand up and everything, not just the shit he does for roast. He sits there and talks all about smoking pot and all this other shit. And his stand up is nothing like you'd think it would be, where he's just horrible to people. But the roast, he actually does remember, because dude, the Dean Martin roast and shit. Have you ever watched any of those?
yeah.
I've seen some of those. Yeah.
Jesus ass horrible shit, man. That's like Jerry Lewis doing this shit that he does, man. Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, the roast, and Jeffrey Ross brings that back. I wouldn't fuck her with B. Arthur's dick. That's fucking awesome.
My one complaint though is that the roast used to be to honor, like, you know, a comedian for their lifetime achievement. Now they just pick people who are easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
Definitely, I agree with that too. Yeah. They were bringing somebody in who at the end wouldn't be Pamela Anderson or something.
Never. Back in the day, it was people who were worthy of all the comedians showing up to make fun of them. You know, they would, you know, like if they did like a George Carlin roast, or you know, even like I could even see like a Chris Rock roast. You know, somebody who's at least accomplished.
Yeah. Now they just roast like doofuses.
Yeah, a Bob Saget roast, like, you know, all right, we can.
Flav.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you know,
That's fucking ridiculous.
it's easy
Bob-
punchlines. They're all like underhanded pitches now. I mean, it's still funny, and I still like watching them, but like the whole point of the thing has been taken away.
Yeah, the little barb past the hook.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be people like you're supposed to roast somebody, and it's like you're supposed to have like people that know you up there. But like they have all these roasts, and they just have the same 10 people up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Jeffrey Ross and Lisa Lampanelli, and
Yeah,
all these stupid people, and it's like you don't. Yeah, you don't know these fucking people. You're
Nobody
just up here making easy jokes.
well, the original thing was also it was all the comedians, so all the comedians knew each other. Now you throw in Flavor Flav, no comedians hang out with that guy, you know.
Yeah.
Or Larry the Cable Guy. Well, he's barely a comedian, so nobody actually hangs out with him.
Yeah.
You know, I so remember locally here, and perhaps out that way, Bob and Tom is a morning show that's locally syndicated.
I've heard of that.
I remember, they've been around forever, and I remember, like, 15 years ago, when Bob and Tom was really big, listening to him and everything, and they always had this guy, Larry the Cable Guy, calling in, and it was this guy just calling into that radio show. I don't know what fucking Larry the Cable Guy's real name is or any of that bullshit, But it was him calling in, and he would constantly call in. They would like, oh, it's Larry the Cable. And it was a big bit that he just sucked. And he would do his bit, and he would do the get her done. And he did the get her done for fucking years before the right person finally heard it and was like, that redneck chick was hysterical, but this is genius. And boom. Larry the Cable Guy's huge. I can't begrudge him that. He's horrible. It's a horrible comedy, but I'd never fault a person for taking a check.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody threw that many zeros at me on a paycheck too, but I just, I just don't feel it's justified. Pretty shitty comedy. I don't know. You go to a comedy club and there's so many funny comics out there that aren't making shit, and then this guy is like a multimillionaire and he sucks.
He stuck with it. He pounded away. And
There's
like I said,
plenty of comedians who have been
They
around
all
for.
stick with it.
Yeah,
agree that he sucks, but he did pay his dues. He slept on couches. He pounded away, and finally, after years and years of sticking with it, he made it. George Lopez is the same way, and George Lopez hasn't told a funny joke ever. George Lopez sucks. But George Lopez was around forever, and he's just fucking stuck with it.
Jeff Ross has been around for longer than Larry the Cable Guy, and he's making like a tenth of what Larry the Cable Guy is making.
Because Larry, I agree. I agree that's bullshit. I'm not sticking up for Larry the Cable Guy. I'm just saying you can't begrudge the guy for taking a fucking check. Or
No, I begrudge
else.
the guy for making shitty comedy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
But
horrible.
you also have to consider the audience. There's a bigger redneck audience than there is an audience for Jeffrey Ross.
Intelligent audience.
Well, yeah.
But no, I would say that Jeffrey Ross is an intelligent audience, and I love Jeffrey Ross. It's an audience for people who are filled with all the kind of venomous, depressed bile that we all are.
I think it's more intelligent that get her done. Because that's all I hear during his comedy set.
Yeah, but Southern people relate to that. Rednecks relate to that.
Yeah, and I guess that is like 60% of our country. So
I want your get her done so bad. Send me or I'll download this. I'm gonna rip that if you don't mind if I use it. Your get her done.
yeah, sure.
I love that. You know what? Replicate it. Let's hear it exactly the same as you did before. Let's hear it.
Get her done.
Yeah, there you go. That's fucking awesome. That's some awesome shit.
All right, a couple more rapid fire questions.
Okay, let's do that.
Then we're gonna wrap it up. Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi,
Coke.
Labatt Blue or Coors Light?
Labatt Blue.
Yeah, that's the obvious choice there.
Fuck Coors.
Coors has so many gimmicks. Just make your beer better.
Yeah, or why don't you just actually just have yellow can Coors and none of your Coors Light bullshit that you seem to think people love. Actual Coors, yellow can Coors, regular Coors, not bad. Same as drinking Budweiser or anything else. I don't drink light beer anyway. That's why I won't drink Coors Light or Miller Lite or any other bullshit.
Well,
light beer, really?
They got this your beer is cold when the mountains turn
because
blue.
can't different color.
I know my beer is cold when it's in the fucking fridge.
I know my beer don't never get warm because we don't let them sit around long enough.
I'm intelligent enough to know when I feel the can if my beer is cold.
Yeah, it's called back of the hand, faggots. It's now the cans.
Now that's an interesting choice. Faggots for people who can't tell, folks. You didn't know if you can't tell if your fucking can is cold enough, you just might be a faggot.
You know what?
That's Jason. It's Jason Gayworthy now. You might be a faggot if you grab your can and without some sort of visual clue, you can't tell it's cold.
It has nothing to do with that. I just think it's one of the funniest sounding words.
Faggot?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I think it's so funny sounding. I just like the way it rolls off my tongue.
You know what sounds funnier, right?
Fucking faggot?
Nah, there you go. Yeah.
Flaming faggot?
Faggoty faggot.
Fig faggot, yeah.
Cunty faggot?
All those wonderful answers.
What's funnier?
Oh, no, I was going to say nigger, but I didn't want to break down the show. So.
I was going to say that too, but my windows are open and there's a bunch
Hey,
of
I
them
heard
around.
Brian actually put on the brakes. Like I heard a little and I'm like, oh, good, I'm going to get away with that.
I didn't know if that's where you were going or not. But
Oh my god. Strawberry ice cream or chocolate?
Chocolate with the strawberry. Come on. Neapolitan. I'm a Neapolitan guy.
I'd leave the strawberry in the Neapolitan.
Nobody eats the strawberry in the Neapolitan.
Nobody gives me the raspberry.
Although strawberry ice cream can be decent.
Huh?
Strawberry ice cream can be decent. It's just the strawberry in that Neapolitan box is like the worst of the strawberry ice cream.
Well, it's cost effective. It's a very cost effective tasting strawberry ice cream.
Because people only eat 2/3 of the box and then buy a new one.
No, Neapolitan is my favorite. I love actually the favorite of choice in the house here. And since we have kids, we get it by the gallon because them kids need their ice creams.
Mm-hmm.
Cookies and cream, Oreo cookies and fucking vanilla ice cream. That's the big one with chocolate syrup.
Oh.
But I like the Neapolitan. I dig chocolate and citrus. I like chocolate and orange sherbet. If I get a bowl of orange sherbet, I'll put chocolate sauce on top of it. I like the mix, so that's why I like Neapolitan. I could actually do without the vanilla. I like a little flavor.
All right.
Except in my women, they exclusively white. Only whites. Because all the rest of them, I don't care. You know, Radon Chong, and no matter how pretty any of them are, they all have weird vaginas. Unless they're white, so
The white devil.
Awesome.
they all have. Why do you even let me go that far?
I wanted to see how far you were going to go.
And yeah, because they do. No, if as anybody, there's something you need to bring up on your forums, and I'm going to bring up on mine. Is if
Why don't you bring it up
are
on my
you
forums?
Just a white person? Are you just a regular white person or a foreign person? Have you ever had a different, type of nationality's genitalia? And I'll guarantee you, man. Yeah, anybody that's not white, their vagina's messed up. They got like little red dots on it and beads, and I don't know. I've seen some sneeze. I've heard coughs, whistles.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing to mess around with. I mean, there's a reason that we call them borders. Okay, and it's a reason.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do a few more, or you guys want to get out of here?
I'm ready for whatever. It's your
I can
show.
handle a couple more before I have to piss again.
All right, a couple more.
I know I got a pee building too.
Yeah, we're going to end this very shortly. Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek. I like the old Star Trek though. None of the new generation shit. I like the old Star Trek.
And that was a Star Wars from Bry?
Yes.
But I dig the Star Wars, but the new ones were to me awesome and everybody hated them, but then you go back to the old ones like, ooh, the original Star Wars was kind of sucky.
Yeah, I thought the new ones were awful, and then I went back to the old ones, and I still thought they were awesome, actually.
Oh, I think they still are awesome, but I go. I guess my thing with Star Wars is total nerd story factor, and I like the whole story. I like the way in the third one when fucking when it's Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting on the lava planet and everything. When Obi-Wan just screams like, "What is this? You were supposed to be the chosen one," and from the first three movies. He still is. He's still going to kill the Emperor. He's still going to cast the Emperor down. Emperor might be throwing lightning and everything else. But Emperor's still going to get thrown down in the pit. You know that. And that's to me, the whole, what is it? What do you even call like a 6-part series? It's not a trilogy. Is it sexology?
Yeah, sexology.
Double trilogy.
Yeah, D-trilogy. It just, to me, I think the whole thing worked together story-wise fine.
Yeah, I disagree.
But if I do get snobby, I get snobby about Star Trek. I like the old fucking Kirk and Spock and McCoy episodes. The rest of it was fucking awesome. It was interesting as hell. I love New Generation. But no, if I want to go back and watch something now, I'm not going to watch that crap again. It was very dated. But if you go back and watch just the old Kirk episodes, they're not really dated. They are and they aren't. I mean, it's very simple fucking issues they're dealing with instead of the pigeonholed shit that they did on Next Generation. And yeah, there was a point where maybe I didn't get laid a lot either.
I think that's the moral of the story.
Yeah, you all heard that big long explanation. You think my dick was getting sucked during that? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Okay.
Favorite type of Girl Scout cookie?
Thin Mints.
Thin Mints.
Yeah. There's no other answer, really.
There is no other. The peanut butter ones that are the chocolate that are all around the peanut butter aren't bad. But
But
fucking,
you get like 4 of them in a box. That's how they scam you on that one.
Yeah.
I know, those little bitches.
Yeah, no, it's Thin Mints. That's the only answer, really.
It is.
All right, let's do one more.
All right.
Sure.
What 80s alien horror movie do you like better, The Thing or Aliens?
Oh, The Thing.
I never saw The Thing.
You are missing out, buddy.
Really?
Yeah,
Russell-
the answer is The Thing.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing. Brilliant, brilliant movie. Second horror movie I ever saw as a kid, and it gave me nightmares for about 7 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When they tested the blood, that was my favorite part, when they're
Yep.
all tied in the chair and they test the blood. And at one point, they're all testing the blood, and as soon as that thing jumps out, the other dude who's trying to do CPR with the fucking zappers on the other guy, his chest opens up, his teeth and everything, and fucking bites the guys. Yeah, just brilliant.
I was like 9 when I saw that. I was traumatized.
Fuck yeah, Bruce Dern's head drips off and turns into like gross spider legs and starts growing across the floor. and
The opening
shit.
scene is like a dog barking, and then its head like flips inside out, and an alien
Yes.
thing pops out. That was it for me.
Fuck yes. The thing is, and I tried to watch the original 50s version. Yeah, crap.
Well, that's what happened. My dad rented it, thinking it was just a remake of the 50s version, where the guy looked like he was wearing like a carrot head. So he's like, all right, he'll be fine with this. Opening scene, dog inside out face, Jay traumatized for life. Good times. But yeah, I think that's a wrap, because I think everyone is holding their pee.
Yeah.
And even though I heard another beer open, but
Yeah, somebody's still drinking.
It's only 8:53, folks.
That's true.
in your crazy world,
8:47 actually. I had my alarm set earlier.
we're in Futureland over here.
I
You
can
are.
tell you about the future.
In the future, we're still wrapping up the podcast.
The future, we're still drunk.
What do you give it? 1 to 10. What's your score?
This episode,
Yeah.
I'm going to give it an 8.75 out of a 9.92. Well, all my scales go to 9.92, not 10.
Jason on the half metric system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely discombobulated now.
I think it was pretty good. I think it was, started off maybe a little rocky, but I think we got into our groove.
That doesn't. I say that every time. I'm like, man, you know what? That show started slow, but then it seemed to really pick up at the end. And then I'm like, oh, that's right. You're really fucked up at the end, and you were having a great time. But you know what? I know this was a good one because I've had a great time, man.
Good. I'm glad.
That's good.
Yeah, usually when it's a shitty time and everything, it's like, when is this going to fucking end? But I could do this for another 3 hours, so you all ought to shut me off.
Yeah, I could too, but I try and keep it to a decent length, because then people complain a lot. I don't get a lot of compliments, but I get that it's too long. I get that you skipped a week, and doing a podcast is a lot more work than it looks, folks.
Yeah, somebody told me I gave their iPod stretch marks with the size of my shows.
Yeah, well, they are long and big, but
Well, that's what I want to be known for, because
That's
I
how
got
they
a
like them.
dick. All right, yeah, I've got a long, big show. Come on in.
Long and thick and long lasting.
Yes, long, thick, hilarious show. RandomAssRadio.com, folks.
randomassradio.com. Fridays, you stole my time slot, so Fridays at 7 Central Time.
Yeah, it is 7 Central. But check out Jason's shit as well. Jason and I are actually just going to start doing the Random Ass Brink of Sanity.
Yeah, we'll just
Check for it in stores near you.
Double our listeners.
Yeah.
That would actually be half the work for us if we just did that.
It would. It would most definitely be half the work. Like I said, I started recording my news segment, so if I could break my 3-hour shows into 3 hours a week, I would get 5 times the blowjobs at home.
You got blowjobs at home. That's pretty sweet. Oh, podcast. Yeah, that would be cool for your podcast.
Yeah, yeah. And I've got 2 a week if you don't count pets.
Pats?
Pets.
Paps.
Like dogs and cats and lemurs.
Pets.
Yeah.
Your crazy accent. I didn't even know what you were saying.
I know. We there's no real actual English translation.
You must be in blackout phase.
I thought you were saying Pabst, like Blue
I thought
Ribbon.
He said Pats. Like I don't know what I thought. I'm not even listening because I'm just trying not to piss my pants. But
I know. I've got these hideous lesbian male golfer shorts on, and all they're saying is "pee out of me."
Yeah, all right. Everyone's got to pee, so we're gonna end the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming on, guys. It's been fun.
it was fun. See you whenever I'm on again.
Yeah, whenever everyone's free. We'll
And I'm going
do
to take
that.
that drunk trivia challenge.
And as far as this show goes, we'll be back next Friday, I believe. Might even be a Peter episode. So stay tuned for that. BrinkofSanityShow.com. iTunes, folks. You know what? Fuck Podcast Alley. Fuck all those other sites. iTunes reviews.
Speaking of iTunes, you think I should sell my soul and get a BlackBerry or an iPhone?
Yeah, I've been debating that myself. I could get a free BlackBerry from work, and I'm really debating doing that.
I don't want to turn into one of those people.
You know what? If you're not obnoxious about it, it's okay. But if you're one of those people whose face is always in it, then don't do it.
I forgot my cell phone at home the other day when I went to work, and it was like the best day of my life.
Yeah, it really is. Like if my cell phone dies like an hour into the day, it's actually a much better day.
Yeah.
Maybe
What
you
are
don't need it.
phones?
We'll tell you next week. I got to piss.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back next week. Oh,
Night, girls.
cliffhanger, folks.
Yeah.
No, leave iTunes reviews because that's what's going to help the show more than any other thing that you could possibly do for the show is leave iTunes reviews. So just go to iTunes, type in Brink of Sanity. The podcast comes right up.
Without banging Jay, of course. I mean,
Right, exactly.
That's the best thing you could do. But the second best thing is,
Exactly. Second best thing you can do, leave iTunes review. Click 5 stars. That's it. Everyone's got an iTunes account. Just do it. Make an iTunes account if you don't have one. And help the show out. If we get into the featured section, this show goes places. Way farther than, being in the top 10 in any other site. So do that. We'll be back next week. Thanks again. Thanks for coming on.
You got it.
And, we'll see you.
Goodbye, everybody. It's over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.